All right, here we are in our running and driving video of our little project truck, 94 F-150. Like I said, it runs and drives good. I mean, I put quite a few miles on it as a dump run rig. Went and getting parts and stuff like that. But I just call it a project rig because there is some stuff like on the interior. You know, the paint and body is the way it looks. It's, you know, age. It's got a dent here. We got a dent on the fender, kind of what I talked about. But I want to show it's a running and driving truck. You really could do any job that you want to. So I just want to show all the lights are working. It's got a little bit of an exhaust leak. So it's got that little bit of a feather sound. And it's all original drivetrain. I don't think anything's been gone through motor tranny wise. Running nice and smooth. It's not making any motor noises, no ticking or knocking. No motor mounts, no shaking. You know, the muffler's a little bit rusty. Heater works really good, but like I was saying, is you know, doesn't take a key to use for the ignition. That tumbler's just wore out, so it's just kind of the doors, the power door locks, or the windows it doesn't go up and down. The switch is good, so that just needs some motors. You see that one went down a little bit, so you kind of, if you do go down with it, you can hear the motor working, but it's just not strong enough, so you're gonna have to pull that up a little bit. But you press the door locks, they don't work. Just little stuff like that. The rear anti-lock brake is on. These are the reasons that I say kind of a project. The heater works awesome. AC doesn't blow cold anymore. You can see all the levers work. It's really nice and warm. The overdrive off light, hopefully you can see that. It's got tilt steering, works good. Gauges are nice and clear. Like I mentioned in the other video, the fuel switch down here is pretty much stuck on rear tank. I'm not sure if somebody glued it or not, it doesn't look like it. But I've only been using the rear tank. It has just under in between E and a quarter tank. It's got new wiper blades. I needed those for doing some dump runs and going to swap meet and getting some parts. It's a shift on the fly system, which means you can it's got automatic hubs, so if you go into four-wheel drive, make sure nobody's sneaking around behind me. Four-wheel drive works really good. You go back into two-wheel drive, you just push it in there. I didn't get the door quite shut, but the wing windows is nice on all the windows. You know, it's not a project truck like people are thinking where you need a trailer that it's not gonna run. It goes on the highway good, so we're gonna go ahead. It's got tachometer. I love that option. This was a pretty loaded truck, brand new with all the power options, the two-tone paint, all the chrome, you know, full XLT. So hopefully you guys can see the gauges, good oil pressure. You're gonna get some wind noise because demonstrating the windows, it came down a little bit. I'll make sure the windows are up if you when you come pick it up. So this was one of those, obviously we're gonna go through the interior, do the stuff we talked about in the other video. Obviously do the power window motors. It's only about an hour job to do the power window motors. They're about 45 bucks from O'Reilly's or Napa. Really easy. Obviously we were gonna do those, but just haven't got around to the truck and really don't want it sitting. And I know there's people who love buying these trucks and having a little project and love doing this stuff themselves. And you may want to keep the body just the way it is, but I did want to get it painted because I love this color combo, and I think the truck does deserve it. So, you know, it's pretty straight overall and rust free. So it goes nice around these corners. Pretty tight steering overall. No real rattles or anything. So the overdrive switch is off, so I'm gonna go ahead and click that on. You know, doing 55. Doing 60. It drives nice and easy. You know, doing 65. It's not steering all over the place. It actually rides and drives really nice. When it's cold, it'll kind of sometimes sputter a little bit, you know. So we'll probably just do full tune-up on it. Clean out the throttle body, you know. You probably could use a new O2 sensor, something like that. I would do a nice, fresh, brand new exhaust. Put a MagnaFlow muffler on there, or Flowmasters, turbo, something to just give it a little bit more little more flow. As you can see, downshift's nice. I don't think the cruise control still works. Yeah, I don't think it works. So I'll exit off here. One thing also, project related, is the steering, the turn signal. When you click it right, it stays on. But if you want to go left, you got to hold it down. So the turn signal cam in there is either out of adjustment or it cracked. Again, that's a super cheap part. Most of the time, it's going to give me taken out. You just take the steering wheel off. You just pop this guy off with a couple of screws right here, and off comes your horn cover. You got a little nut in there. You take that off, pull the steering wheel off, and then you have access to the turn signal cam. And it's like a $5 part. Over the years, it might have worked its way up to 10, but then we're talking max dollars there. So here's some bumps, you know, factory stereo. Here's some potholes, some 30. It just soaks them up nice. Stereo works good, but it's hard to see the numbers on there, what station you're on, so that's kind of blacked out. At nighttime, you can barely see it. So I'd love to see what happens with this. I mean, hopefully it gets fixed up, but everybody has their own thing. They might want to just, you know, do the windows, do some of the mechanicals like the exhaust, do a tune-up. Here, I'll go through here and you'll see it's nice and tight. You know, going to the brakes, there's no shaking or anything. Nice tight turn to the left. Again, the steering wheel's nice and straight. You know, I've had both my kids in here. We had to move out of our house to get some work done on it and move back, and I used this truck quite a bit actually, with the full-size bed. My truck's only a short bed, my 97, and so and I didn't have to worry about too much about this paint and body on this one. Obviously we didn't try to abuse it or nothing, but a lot of the other trucks we have are, you know, relatively immaculate, so I didn't want to risk scratching one of those. This one I don't think we'd even notice, but we still took care of it. So all right, this no reserve, you know, gonna get a great little truck for somebody, and just a dynamite little workhorse here.